You know what time it is. Your favorite rapper's time, your favorite movie star's time, your favorite mogul's time, your favorite sponsor's time on the low. Your favorites time. It's the greatest nation since United Nations once again back at it. Czar, all rights reserved. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this because there are a select few that get the motion and there are some that are still looking. YouTube, I'm now open to do business. If you want to chat with me, chat with the Czar. Let's be best buddies. You already know I'm going to bring you that viewership. You already know how I rock, how I always rock. All rights reserved. I, at this date and now, in touch with everybody that I've ever alluded to or spoken with. At this moment, I'm now in touch with them all. Shout to you all. Thank you for coming by to rock with me. Whether you liked what I did or you hate what I did, you hated a topic, you can't deny this. I stayed objective. I stayed fair. Accusation, the word accusation is a lie against me. It's a lie. I don't do accusations. I do objective, hard-hitting perspective. Period. Look it up if you don't understand it. Hard-hitting, objective perspective from one of the greatest moguls ever in the industry, one of the people who have mainly learned from watching his media over a decade, listening to him over a decade. Let's get into this. Now let's conversate about what matters. How are they going to incorporate Tentacion on the tour? How are you going to put his music on the tour without him being present to do it? Are they going to use a hologram? Now, I've seen many artists used as a hologram, but I'm not really sure how this technique works. I'm not really aware of how this is used to do different things. Now, part of what I come to understand is not only can his style not be perpetrated, mimicked, but there's a lot of people that have tried to develop what it is he brings, have not succeeded in doing so. But don't think that takes away from the upcoming talent. It does not. It does not. It actually opens the air for there to be talents that are unique and different. If they take that same ideology, understanding creativity, wordplay, concepts, delivery, if you master all of these credible feats, you too can become a star. See, a lot of times, a lot of artists just use the beat. I know some artists who destroyed a whack beat before. Absolute truth. Knowing producers that are great in the game. See, the Czar's not going to tell you, but I already know who the top three. Matter of fact, let me just throw this out there. Lexi Banks is a beast. If you're not, all right, let me just say that. Let me keep it moving. Now, here's what I want to conversate about. How are they going to do this? Is someone going to lip sync it? Are they going to do it? Are they going to respect it? The one thing I got to say is somebody breaking bread with Cleo. Somebody breaking bread, no matter how you do it. That's all I know. That's the only thing I can tell you for certain. Someone needs to break bread with her for having created such a magnificent artist. And the one thing I was going to say, respect to Genesis. I seen the last name was Sanchez, but I honestly think the last name should be on for it. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Respect to what you want to do, but I'm going to keep saying Gakum on for it. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm sorry. It's just what I'm going to do. He's carrying on the legacy, and he will carry it on in some way, shape, form, or fashion. See, a lot of people, they have this ideology that the seeds of some of the major artists coming up aren't as great, but honestly, they have the potential to be better. Will he potentially be not only as good as his father, but as recognized and respected in the game because of his music to as many fans, the same way his father carried the legacy? That's what I'm looking to see. And if I could see that happen, that would be great. That would be a very great thing to see. I have a lot of respect for that. Are they going to play his songs in the background and celebrate it? That's cool too. But I'm gonna be honest, it would be very ill to see a hologram of him on stage. That would be dope. That would be different. That would shake up the game. Not many artists have a hologram. We've only seen a hologram of people like Prince, like Tupac. I think there was a Biggie one. I'm not for certain. Allegedly a Biggie one. So I'm not sure. But if they do the hologram for him, that's going to be fire. I think that's going to be nice. And that's part of what I like to respect about the game and what it has to offer. The way different productions are done. And I'm wondering how they're going to do this production. But ultimately, how is this tour going to incorporate Tentacion? By not just wearing the shirts, which I expect someone to have on a shirt, giving respects. Not just, pushing the business aspect, but how are they going to find a very unique way to tie him into their tour? I think that is going to be one of the biggest challenges they have going forward. Some way to tie him into the tour as if he's there. Now, I'm not saying they got to get a lookalike, but that would be dope. That would. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, that's this, that's... I think that would be dope if a lookalike came on stage. If it was looking like Tentacion, almost to the T, and they were doing his music. I think that would be an awesome way to show their respects. There's many different ways to go about it. I just admire that way over the hologram at that. That would be amazing. But even looking into it, what songs are they going to play? Obviously, we expect Skin songs. And the songs aren't very, very long. And see, that's what fits into the perfect perspective for them to incorporate him into the tour. It's not a very, very long song you got to worry about doing. You can even take some of his songs and remix them and have some of the artists break out and spit to get their name out there. And some of the fans to be like, well, he killed that verse. That's what needs to happen. See, one thing you got to understand when it comes to marketing and putting different topics and ideology out there, that's me. I does that. I does this. That's how I do it. How many people had no shame in standing out in the open speaking how they feel? Do you know the type of distractions? Do you know the type of hate that came? No. Do you know the type of people acting funny? Yet I does this. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of people. They'd worry about what everyone thinks. They'd be embarrassed. They'd worry when the cops ride around and want to look funny when I'm not harming anything. Because I'm well aware of how I fit into society versus the prejudice that is all around me versus the judgment that doesn't bother me a bit versus people trying to infringe their beliefs on me to make it seem like what I believe in is wrong. Won't work here. I don't move that way. Never have. When I have a mission, boom, I'm on the mission. When you on a mission, how many people you let disturb your mission? That shows you're not really with it. You're not really with what it is that you speak about, that you say you believe in. These factors will come to haunt you if you do not. If you do not stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And if no one's ever said that to you, you've heard it now. Even if you live your life that way and never heard someone tell you that. The thing is, Czar's had great mentors. Whether it be folks I learned from, friends I hung around, or family I've grown up with. I've had amazing mentors, and those that have taught me well, I've stuck with. That's the difference. Put it this way. When you're someone that builds things from the bottom and you do it off of what you believe, where your heart's led to do it, it's important. But it's business over BS. That means business over all else. YouTube, I'm here to talk with you. Rock with the Czar. Email me. You know my email. Call me. Reach out. Message me. You know what my Twitter is. You know what my Instagram is. Let's talk. I'm doing that pending certain things I have perspective for the future. Certain things I'm going to address in the future. Somebody got to reach out. Because I'm beginning to realize where the issue is. I'm beginning to see different things as I sat back and I look closely. And I want to know that you're riding with me the way I ride with you. That you riding with the Czar the way I ride with you. That's what we got to talk about. That's what we got to talk about. Business attire. I'm that type of guy. I show up to the table, we talk business, it's business. I don't perceive to ever do something backdoor against the platform I'm rocking with. I rock with all sponsors. We could do a lot of different things, products, everything. I'm with it. I does this. I already told you that. Here's what I want to know. Are they going to do the hologram? Are they going to do the lookalike? Or are they going to do the generic way that other artists pay respects by showing a large picture, large photo, movie reel? Are they going to do things like that? Instead of saying or, are they going to do it all? Now that would be fire to do on the tour. You rocking with the one and only, all rights reserved. Ah!